Live from the Caterpillar Global Communications Center at Bradley University, this is BUTV News.
Good evening and welcome to BUTV News. I'm Anthony Landahl.
And I'm Imani Shamsuddin. Let's take a look at the news. A discussion was held last Wednesday to give more of an understanding of where researchers are in finding a treatment for Alzheimer's. Joy Wright has more.
Monday, the George Twins, a band of two brothers, performed original and cover songs in the Student Center Ballroom. The event on Tuesday was sponsored by ACBU and featured an intimate tabled setting only completed by an in-house s'more roasting. It was a hit with the students in attendance, but the main event was, of course, the George Twins themselves. Their music twists R&B and pop together for a result that makes you want to get up and dance. With almost 50,000 subscribers on YouTube and over 67 monthly listeners on Spotify, the duo's audience is quite large. If you missed the event or just want to hear more of the George Twins, be sure to follow them on social media at the George Twins.
Habitat for Humanity is a non-for-profit organization devoted to the betterment of families and communities all across the globe, and a location in Peoria aims to bring that support to the local level. The Habitat for Humanity Restore is a donation center for various appliances, furniture, and other home improvement items. It serves as a donation center where anyone can give back to the community by donating their gently used items. The goal is to pay it forward to the community by these home improvement donations rather than the more harmful alternative of discarding them completely. Local restores have brought in around $2.5 million in the last year, with all proceeds going directly to Peoria and surrounding communities. Habitat for Humanity is located just down Main Street, a brief walk from Bradley's campus. As we spend more time online, it's important to remember to keep your information safe. Bradley has had a new department dedicated to that purpose, and we sent one of our reporters to their inaugural event to see what it's all about.
In 2004, the Department of Homeland Security designated October as National Cybersecurity Month. In honor of this initiative, Bradley's new Center for Cybersecurity held an event last Thursday called Cybersecurity Day. The event centered on 3 guest speakers from various cybersecurity firms around the country, including one based right here in Peoria. Despite the relatively short time that the Center for Cybersecurity has existed here at Bradley, the event drew large crowds of people interested in ways to keep their online information safe. But why is cybersecurity so important? We talked to one of the event's speakers, Cody Kretzinger of Cyan, to learn more.
Cybersecurity is probably the one thing that touches every aspect of our lives, so we need to make sure that we're getting out there to better secure devices, websites, everything against attackers.
There are a variety of things that students can do to protect themselves online. For example, every student who came to today's event was given both a webcam cover and a mic blocker. But the best way to protect yourself online isn't to cover up holes, it's to make sure that those holes never exist. One of the best ways to protect yourself is to ensure your passwords are secure. Don't use the same password for multiple sites, since if any one of those accounts is compromised, that would give hackers access to all the other accounts with the same password. Also make sure to enable 2-step verification if the website offers it. That way, even if someone steals your password, they still won't be able to get into your account. To learn more tips about cybersecurity, we talked to Dr. Jacob Young, the head of the Center for Cybersecurity.
The length is critical, so always have the longest password possible, but it's difficult to do that if you have to remember them all. If you use a password manager, you never have to really remember them at all because you can actually log into the password manager and it will auto-populate your fields for you.
Even though the Center for Cybersecurity is still in its early stages here at Bradley, we expect it to be an important resource for students going forward. For BUTV News, I'm Thomas Pickering.
What a better way to raise money for a cause and feed hungry college students than a walking taco bar. Let's Talk About It. Let's Talk About a Cure is an ESA philanthropy event put on to help raise awareness for St. Jude's and to raise money for their foundation. ESA is a leadership and service sorority devoted to giving back not only to St. Jude's but the community. They have recently held other events like Subway Night, wiffle ball games, snow cones, and cookouts to get the campus involved. For more information about how you can get involved, be sure to check out Hilltop Happenings for updates, or as always, you can find them on social media at Bradley ESA.
What's better than giving your sweetheart a sweet treat on Sweetest Day? BU Gospel Choir hosted an event that required you to bring your sweet tooth. The BU Gospel Choir sponsored a Sweetest Day event to help raise money. They sold bags of sweet treats and beautiful roses, all for $2. Sweetest Day is a Midwestern holiday for you to brag and show your love for your boo, friends, and anyone you adore. Although this may seem like another Hallmark holiday, it originally started as the sweetest day of the year in 1922 and handed out over 20,000 boxes of candy to newsboys, orphans, old folk, and the poor.
The month of October is coming to a close, and while Halloween remains the most thought of October holiday, one student organization has been holding events to celebrate an October holiday that is lesser known.
October is Latinx Heritage Month, and Bradley's Association of Latino Professionals for America, or ALPFA, has been holding events all month to celebrate this. They're holding their final event right behind me in the Markin Recreation Center. Let's go see what it's all about. The final event of ALPFA's celebration of Latinx Heritage Month was Baila Night, a collaboration with the Bradley Association of Latino Alumni, the titular Baila. The event kicked off with short speeches by members of both Baila and ALPFA, before heading into group discussions on various topics. In addition to the more structured groups, participants were free to converse with Bradley alumni and teachers who appeared at the event. To understand how Baila Night came about, I talked to two of its members, Ayana Perez and Raul Albor.
This is just a night to incorporate all your Latinx organization because it is a Latinx Heritage Month. So it's just like a closing event that is gonna incorporate everyone.
In addition to discussions, the event was also geared towards thanking alumni for supporting Bradley's Latinx students.
We just wanted to say kind of like a thank you to them because they've been generous in their donations to our conventions and our conferences. So I figured it would be easy, or if we could just build a relationship with them to better communicate with them, and for them to kind of get an idea that, oh, what you're contributing does count and it does go somewhere.
Since 2013, Baila has sponsored a scholarship program to help Latinx students with the financial burden of college education. ALPFA itself is also helping students. It's a national organization with chapters all across the country and nearly 100,000 members. It offers Latinx students networking and leadership opportunities, as well as internship programs with hundreds of Fortune 1000 companies. Even though Latinx Heritage Month is coming to a close, it's clear that organizations like Baila and ALPFA aren't going to stop helping Latinx students anytime soon. For BUTV News, I'm Thomas Pickering.
Last Saturday, the Symphony Orchestra played their first concert of the year. Musical instruments like cellos, violins, woodwinds, oboes, and stand-up basses strategically crowded the stage of the Peters Recital Hall. Conducted by Dr. Timothy C. Manick, the Symphony Orchestra played music that was compiled with pieces by George Bizet, Manuel de Falla, Franz Schubert, and Arturo Marquez. If you missed it or want to see the Symphony Orchestra perform again, they will be playing 3 more concerts later in the school year. Concerts are free for Bradley students.
If you like to write or draw, we know the perfect way to show off your skills. Krista Broom has more.
Have you ever seen one of these magnets around campus? Well, if you're curious as to where they come from, or if you've never seen one before, they're for Broadside, a group of writers and artists who create a literary and arts journal that showcases a wide variety of student work. If you're wondering what kind of work to submit, Rebecca Meyer has the answer for you.
Does that mean like contest for public? All of the submissions that people send in of their poetry, their prose, which is any kind of writing really, their fiction, and their art. So that could be photography, that could be painting, that could be drawing, it could be whatever.
Even though this is a literary and arts journal, you don't have to be a creative writing, English, or art major to submit a piece that you are proud of.
Anyone can, and I think that's one of my favorite parts about it, is that anyone from any major, any kind of student, if they're proud of something that they've written, they have the opportunity to share it with the rest of us.
When all of the pieces are submitted, there is a thorough process that they go through to select what is showcased in the journal.
The evaluators go through and they look through the submissions to pick the ones that represent Bradley in like the best way that they can. And then the editors will compile all of the choices from the submissions. And then we work with the project managers who design the journals, and we lay out the whole journal and we send it to the printer and we make it.
Even though submissions are not due until February 4th, you can submit as soon as you would like. For BUTV News, I'm Krista Broom.
Last Thursday, the Epsilon ETA chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated hosted a panel discussion about the intersectionality between people of color and the LGBTQ+ community. During this event, the panelists explained how more people can be allies to the LGBTQ+ community and explained their experience of being a part of both minorities.
It's difficult because you do have to choose one or the other. So most of the time I have to leave out my sexuality. You know, if I want to love someone or care for someone, that always has to be on the back burner.
For more information on future events, follow the AKAs on Instagram at AKA Epsilon ETA.
Stick around. Up next, Larry Larson has the weather.
And Kelly Rogers reviewed a spooky movie this week. More after the break.
Hey, did you hear what the egg said after a night out of drinking?
What?
I'm lit. Did you bring the smokes?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks. Sorry, I didn't have any time to get them today. I'll pay you back.
No problem. I don't understand how you can smoke those anyway.
It gives me an edge. Like, I just feel more relaxed when I have them.
I can do that without smoking anything, though.
Look, you gotta try one before you judge me.
You know what? Never mind.
Join the cause to help end the use of cigarettes. For more information, visit thetruth.com.
How observant are you? Do you see me walking down the halls? How about the sidewalk? Why do you insist that I'm not there? How observant are you? Do you notice that I don't belong? Do you notice that nobody cares? Do you notice that my life is worthless?
Not at all. But I notice you.
Larry's here, and we have some fall talk coming up. Have you guys done any fall things lately?
Not really. I just smashed the leaves because I like the crunch, but other than that.
It's aesthetically pleasing. Larry,
I mean, I went outside today. It's very fall-like. However, although it's fall right now, we're going to have a little winter talk to start the weather forecast for today. It's going to be pretty interesting. So today, NOAA, the National Atmospheric Oceanic Administration, released their winter outlook. So they do this for every season, and today they dropped the winter forecast. So if you can, the key is not in the picture, however, it goes by percentages. So the darker the red, the higher the percentage it is to be drier or hotter than average. So this is for the temperature. So it's going to be really hot in the northwest, kind of in the middle here, and it's going to be pretty above average temperature-wise here in the Midwest. And where it's white, that means it's going to be about normal. So if we take a look at the temperature not the temperatures, the precipitation map, it's going to be about average for that. Other than the Great Lakes, this tells me there's not going to be a lot of lake effect snow, and it's going to be more precipitation than usual in the south. However, it is not winter, it is still fall, so we can take a jump back to the present and take a look at our radar. As we were saying, it was a picturesque fall day. Not many clouds, a few upper-level clouds around, and no precipitation to speak of. It was a really nice fall day, and high pressure will stick around until Friday. Take a look at the temperatures. It's been in the mid-50s and low 50s all day. 54 here in Peoria, 58 in St. Louis, 49 in Chicago. And if we take a look at the 5-day forecast, it's going to be a lot of the same temperatures. Rain sneaks back into the picture for this weekend, and then we jump right back to, mid-50s. If we can take a look at the forecast there. That's it for weather. Let's throw it over to Kelly with entertainment.
Kylie Jenner headlines media yet again, but this time she's being accused of stealing Cherie's cosmetic line, Born to Sparkle. According to TMZ, the 21-year-old is being sued for creating her own Born to Sparkle eyeshadow with similar colors and packaging. Kylie's birthday collection launched on August 6th with the eyeshadow in the line. Cherie Cosmetics says they filed for a trademark on August 30th, so it might be a tough one to prove. Cherie is suing for unspecified damages, and Kylie has not yet commented on the issue. The 37-year-old comedian Amy Schumer has announced that she and her husband Chris Fisher are expecting their first child. Amy secretly shared the news on Instagram. After captioning a photo of her and Chris photoshopped as Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, who are also expecting, she tricked followers by directing them to a friend's page where she posted her voting pics. Then the last line read, "I'm pregnant, Amy Schumer." After tying the knot during a surprise ceremony in February, Amy and Chris are ecstatic about the news. This past weekend, I got the chance to see the newest installment of Halloween. Let's check it out.
Michael Myers is a human being who killed his sister when he was 6 years old. And he came after you. We just want to know why. We want a glimpse inside his mind.
Michael Myers murdered 5 people.
Halloween follows the crazed killer Michael Myers and the only one to escape his grip, Laurie Strode. Myers manages to escape and returns to Haddonfield, Illinois on Halloween night. This has been coming for 40 years, and Laurie has been preparing for a showdown with Michael.
I knew I was going to say yes on page 4. Right away, I understood how they had jumped a generation, and now it was my teenage granddaughter 40 years later on Halloween night.
This movie definitely lives up to its hype. If you haven't seen the original in a while, it's worth a rewatch before you see the new one. And forget about any sequels. This movie deals strictly with the original film. The special effects were mind-blowing and realistic.
Stylistically, we used John Carpenter's 1978 film as our creative foundation. We're a sequel to that, and no one else, is the way that we looked at it. And so stylistically, we tried to approach it in honor of that. And to be able to go to these heightened places of terror, we wanted to establish a very relatable sense of drama.
The iconic soundtrack was kept intact and only enhanced the experience. I went into the movie thinking I knew exactly what was going to happen, but there were definitely some twists I was not expecting. Halloween doesn't shy away from blood and gore, so you might not want too much popcorn. That was a solid 5 out of 5 stars for me, and I'm not even a big fan of the horror genre. I think it could easily become a classic movie to watch come Halloween time each year. What do you guys think? Did you see it this weekend?
I did see it, and I thought it was okay. I thought it was a lot of waiting for jump scares, but it was good overall. I enjoyed it.
That's a no
I don't
for
think
me.
Anthony's going to be seeing it anytime soon.
No. How about you, Larry?
Yeah, I'm not a horror movie.
Yeah. Let's move past that. Up next, Jade Sewell is live at Markin with Mina Federle to find more about the Art of Living Club.
And this week's Campus Combos reveals some hidden gems around campus right after this break.
Hey, it's Ava, and this is Tess from Vivo's Do It Yourselfie, where we recreate the hottest looks from today's biggest music videos.
After cleaning out our closet, we have a lot of clothes we don't wear anymore.
Like this old t-shirt.
It's not garbage, it's actually a brand new rug.
And to make it, all you need to do is cut, tie, and glue.
Cut the t-shirt into strips.
Tie the strips into knots.
And glue the knots to the bath mat. I love it. Give your garbage another life.
And recycle.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
The Art of Living is a club that teaches students stress management techniques using things like yoga or meditation.
BUTV's Jade Sewell is live from Markin with Mina Federle to find out more. Jade?
Thanks, Amani. I'm here at Markin Recreation Center with Mina Federle, the president of the Art of Living Club. So, Mina, what exactly does the Art of Living Club explore?
We explore all through the mindfulness, meditation, and yoga. We do yoga and meditation all together as a club.
And how can practicing mindfulness and meditation benefit the average student on a day-to-day basis?
It definitely could help with the stress of being a student in college, practicing just breathing techniques and doing stuff, taking care of yourself is a big thing that we like to focus on, so yeah.
And how have these activities impacted your life?
Well, I've been a yoga instructor for about 3 to 4 years right now, and it has changed my life completely, and being able to teach that to other people and create this mindful space that people can always come to is very rewarding and inspiring for others. So.
Now, is there any particular strategy for the busy student who's always on the go to practice mindfulness and meditation?
Oh yeah, of course. Honestly, all it takes is 5 minutes, either before you go to sleep or when you wake up. Sit in your bed or sit in a comfortable position. You could lie down and close your eyes and just tune into yourself. Breathing, honestly, just the breathing of in your nose, out through the mouth for 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out, could really relax you. So.
Wonderful. And I understand that your organization will be visiting Soulside Healing Arts. Yeah. What exactly can you tell me about this business, and what do you hope to get out of the experience?
Yeah, so Soulside Healing Arts is a yoga studio off campus on Adams Street, and it was created by a student alumni from Bradley, and she created this yoga studio for college students. So it's all donation based, and she wants to bring in the college students, the Bradley campus, to this yoga studio, showing that you can go to yoga and not feel like you have to spend so much money and just work on yourself and practice the yoga that you've always wanted to do. So what we're going to do on Friday is Soulside wants to bring in the entire community of Bradley students to Soulside to show that this is a welcoming space like she wants it to be. And it is. It's beautiful. I love it. So, yeah.
And will it be too late for new students to go on this trip? I mean, new students to the organization?
Never. They can contact me at mfederle@mail.bradley.edu or honestly look it up on the Hilltop or happenings, and yeah, it's never too late.
Thank you, Mina.
Yeah, of course.
The Art of Living Club meets Sundays at 8 to 9 p.m. You can contact Mina Federley at mfederley@mail.bradley.edu. Reporting live for BUTV from the Mark and Recreation Center, I'm Jade Sewell. Back to you, Anthony.
Thanks, Jade. Ever wonder where the best place to catch a quick nap or where the best water fountain is? Wonder no more. Campus Convos is back, and this week we take a look at where hidden gems are located around campus. If I were you, I'd be sure to take some notes. I know I will.
Hi, my name is Victoria Frazier, and on today's episode of Campus Convos, we want to know where the best hidden gems are around campus. Let's go ask a few people. Can you tell me where the best water fountain is on campus?
The best water fountain that I like to drink from is the one in the performance court in the gym. It has the best and coldest water, and it tastes purified, it doesn't taste like metal.
The second floor of the library, on the left-hand side by the bathrooms, it's like the coldest water.
Anywhere but Bradley Hall, because I don't know anyone who likes that water at all.
I love Bradley Hall's just like reusable, the refillable ones, because it's like really quick and I can do it between classes and it won't take too long.
Where is your favorite place to study on campus other than the library?
In the library, I really enjoy studying in that back corner of the student center.
I'd definitely say the basement of Westlake, because no one's ever down there and it's usually, you get a lot of peace and quiet.
In Westlake, they have these stairs and they have like pillows that you can lounge on, and I like studying there.
I love Westlake. It's beautiful and there's a lot of natural light. There's also the conference room on the 4th floor of Bradley Hall is probably one of my favorite places on campus.
Where's your favorite place to take a nap around campus?
Definitely in the back corners of Westlake, down the whiteboard hallways.
Probably the couches that are over there. It's a pretty chill place. There's, I don't know, not a ton of people who come.
It's the basement of Bradley Hall. There's a psychology study room there that has a really comfy sofa.
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
If I gotta take a nap, I'll take it anywhere. No one cares where you sleep. They understand, they get it.
Can you tell me where the best bathroom is on campus?
I'd say the ones in Westlake are really nice. Like in the bottom floor, like they're beautiful, they're clean. It's a great place.
Still Westlake by far out of everywhere I've seen, just because I feel like it's because it's a newer building and it's been renovated more, they just kind of took a little more time with it.
Here, the student center, in the basement, because no one goes down there. Do the piece.
Well, that's it for today's episode of Campus Convos. I hope you guys are able to find some amazing gems around campus to sleep, study, use the bathroom, or hey, even get good water. From BUTV News, I'm Victoria Frazier. Alpha Chi Omega's Philanthropy Week is in full swing with a week's worth of fun events. Let's check out what they have in store.
Alpha Chi Omega is a chapter of Real Strong Women, and every year, for 1 week, they share it with campus and encourages others to promote domestic violence awareness.
So TriStar Week is Alpha Chi Omega's Philanthropy Week. Our philanthropy is domestic violence awareness, and our typical events for the week are we have Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, which is where men on campus are invited to walk a mile in heels and help us spread domestic violence awareness across campus.
There are various activities that happen throughout the week, but there's one in particular that really showcases what domestic violence awareness is about.
Walk a Mile is important because it's sort of the guy's turn to walk in the shoes of women and be able to see from our perspective. And although maybe walking in heels doesn't directly put them in the actual shoes of women, it's the point of it is to spread awareness on campus and draw attention to our cause.
Their philanthropy doesn't just stop there. Even after TriStar Week, they still reach out to the women's shelter and have a unique relationship with them.
So ways that we support the Center for Prevention of Abuse directly is in the wintertime we collect toiletries and make baskets, care baskets for those who live in the shelter. And we also have planted flowers on the grounds of the Center for Prevention of Abuse.
For other information about Alpha Chi Omega and their events, visit Alpha Chi Omega at Bradley University on Facebook or AXO Bradley on Instagram. For BUTV News, I'm Elise Holskoff.
A discussion was held last Wednesday to give more of an understanding of where researchers are in finding a treatment for Alzheimer's. Joey Wright has more.
Finding a cure for Alzheimer's disease. Dr. Katie is an associate professor in the biology department here at Bradley and also conducts research in the Bolander Stem Cell Research Laboratory. Over the years, his research has led to different approaches for potential treatments.
We're changing our direction. We're not entirely focused on amyloid. We're looking at other pathways to block in the disease. So yeah, I'm much more optimistic than I was a couple of years ago.
Though there are many people researching the topic, Katie got one of his biggest breakthroughs from an unexpected source.
I had a high school student working in the lab, and she said to me, what if we take culture media that we grew our stem cells and we take a little of that media and put it on our brain cells? Will it help the cells recover?
The breakthrough found by this high school student would be pivotal for finding a more effective treatment.
I said, go ahead and try it. She did it, and our cells recovered in 2 days. We were putting exosomes on our brain cells, and they were recovering really fast.
Looking forward, Dr. Katie is feeling much more optimistic about finding a cure.
Much more optimistic. I think probably in the diagnostic field we've made a lot of progress, as I've discussed tonight, and I think early diagnosis of Alzheimer's is going to lead to earlier treatment, and I think we're going to make some progress.
For BUTV News, I'm Joey Wright.
Up next, Carly Chana will have all your latest in Bradley athletics.
And later, we'll take a look at some upcoming events around campus.
Hey, it's Ava, and this is Tess from Vivo's Do-It-Yourselfie, where we recreate the hottest looks from today's biggest music videos.
After cleaning out our closet, we have a lot of clothes we don't wear anymore.
Like this old t-shirt.
It's not garbage, it's actually a brand new rug.
And to make it, all you need to do is cut, tie, and glue.
Cut the t-shirt into strips.
Tie the strips into knots.
And glue the knots to the bath mat. I love it. Give your garbage another life.
And recycle.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Carly's in the studio. What's going on? I hear we're having some good momentum in athletics.
Yeah, not too bad this week. So, Bradley Soccer also had 2 matches over the past week. The Braves traveled to Iowa to take on Drake Friday evening. Bradley would emerge with a 1-0 victory after Garrett Wintermeyer scored in the 100th minute in overtime. The goal was Wintermeyer's 6th goal of the season. The Braves combined for 8 saves in the match to preserve the shutout of the Bulldogs. Last night, Bradley traveled to play Oakland University. The Braves played to a 1-1 draw, with their only goal coming from junior Roman Schindler in the 47th minute. The Braves return home this weekend to face Western Illinois on Saturday afternoon at Chase Stadium. The Braves advanced to a 12-win home streak this past weekend as the volleyball team took down Southern Illinois University in 3 sets. Although SIU had some decent kills that kept the momentum from shifting too much, Angeli and Graf were excellent at blocking at the net for Bradley. Yavi Rosado made some excellent saves for the Braves, but Hannah Thompson was forced to set it over, setting up some good chances for SIU. Going. And here we see Rosado again with a good chance, setting up a good chance for Haslag. Bradley had 47 kills overall in the match. The Bradley cross-country teams competed in the Illini Open in Champaign over the weekend. The men took home first place in the event with a score of 36, followed closely behind by Indiana with a score of 39. They had 5 runners finish in the top 11 and were led by freshman Ben Wagner with the top time for the Braves. The women finished in second place with 52 points, just behind Illinois with 50. Freshman Emma Earhart posted the best time in the event with a time of 18 minutes and 39.5 seconds. The next meet for both teams is the MVC Championship this Saturday in Peoria. While the Braves were out competing, the Bradley Sports Media Empowerment Group hosted a networking event in the GCC. During this event, Bradley students enjoyed refreshments while building professional relationships with fellow students, sports communications faculty, and even sports professionals. The event's purpose was to prepare students on networking in the field for the future. Athletes are usually praised for their respected sports, but the Bradley Braves have a lot of hidden talents up their sleeves. A softball player shares hers on this week's Someone You Should Know.
Well, I guess we're experiencing some technical difficulties.
I don't know what's going on. That's okay.
But it's all right. We have some basketball season coming up here too.
Yeah, not too far off.
And up next, we'll look at some upcoming events around campus.
And there's also
It's harder whenever there's a bigger group. Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked. Thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it! I see it!
Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at some events happening on campus this week. Tomorrow from noon till 3:30, the Smith Career Center is hosting the Graduate and Professional School Fair. There will be 80 graduate school educational institutions and programs who are seeking soon-to-be Bradley graduates. All students are encouraged to attend. If you have any questions, you can contact the Smith Career Center. Are you planning on dressing up for Halloween but aren't sure if your costume will be culturally appropriate? The Garrett Center is hosting Costumer or Culture, a conversation about cultural appropriation at 5 p.m. tomorrow evening in the Garrett Center. All are welcome. Are you guys excited for Halloween?
I am excited for Halloween.
I am.
All right, that's all good.
Like the candy corn.
Yeah, the candy corn. You gotta love it.
Good stuff.
Well, that's all for BUTV tonight. We leave you with a performance by Pierre Paul. Have a great night, and we'll see you next week.
My tea's gone cold, I'm wondering why. Got out of bed at all. Morning rain clouds up my window. I can't see at all. Even if I could, it would all be gray. Put your picture on my wall. And it reminds me that it's not so bad. It's not so bad. So I'm here to flip the script in this game. My flow is cold like a lobotomy, ice picks to the brain. I'm changing the frame of the game like metamorphosis. I'm Morpheus, watching kids take the red and blue pill, trying to figure out what lonely is. While they pump little Xans in their system like trash rappers, I'm trying to unmask the mask like I was Jim Carrey. But all jokes aside, I know that I'm the best doing this music like my son was Assad. I'm done being humble. I get my wordplay from the gods. Because people feel they need to shoot to get even, but I'm all right with my odds. And I'm watching kids save up to try to buy Jewel Pods, and they're eating Tide Pods while I'm saving.